Boom, 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 boom. Dum, 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 dum. Welcome back, everyone. This is an exciting day. We've got some paintings finished, and we are adding the final piece to one of these works, which I think is exciting. Adult violin learner. You're the first person into the stream, and it's been a while since I've seen your name. Here we are. How's that? Is that friend all right? Tom, welcome. Hello from SoCal. You'll have to forgive me if I don't know where SoCal is, but I'm learning. Right. Now, this painting's all but finished. One thing I'm going to do to finish it off, that final little bit of fun, is I'm just going to touch it with a bit of heavy gloss gel. What this is going to do, is it's going to add light sheen to a few of those new areas, and just make the horses pop an extra little bit. Just that extra little bit. Just that extra little bit. Like this. There we go. There we go. Perfect. The gloss gel is going to dry where? Hello. Chucky, I'm so sorry, this is a commission. This is a commission, so this one is not available, but it is just about finished. I'm just adding on this gloss gel. Sometimes acrylic gel can dry just a little bit too matte or dry. It loses that intense vibrancy that it has when you first apply it. So to maintain that, you can add some compounds over the top. In this case, this heavy gloss gel isn't going to really make it pop, but it is going to add that liquid sort of feel back to the top of it. So it has that feeling that maybe if you touched it, your hands might get wet. And hello from Kentucky, Southern California. That makes sense. I should have known that. Mizell, hello. And hello, I hope you're having a good day. Right. You're a band leader. Try not to lose control of your brush, team. It's important. Thank you very much, guys. I really appreciate it. So we're just adding on a little bit of gloss gel to finish this one off. Now, it's okay, just in the bottom here, where this little lug comes up and covers some of the actual work, because over the process of making the work, the frame's actually going to bite over that little bit. So we don't get too finicky about that. Leonardo, Felix, appreciate you. You're the one who's special. And Trina, thank you so much. Thank you all you guys. I really appreciate you. Oi, Mizell, thanks for the hearts. You're the greatest. Mizell's one of the OGs, guys. Mizell's been here pretty much since the start, so that's pretty special. Voila, amigo. G'day, Justin. CB7's back online. There we go. Now this coat you won't be seeing so much from your side, guys, but trust me, it's going on. It's not even coloured. If you see some white, it's not because it's actually white. It's going to dry completely transparent. All I'm adding is a little bit of gloss here and there to make a few little areas really pop out. No, you're amazing, Mizell. Thanks for joining in. I really appreciate it. It's actually really special to have company during the lives. So I've said it before, guys, and I'll say it again. Painting can be a lonely craft. A lot of painters and artists in general end up doing hours and hours and hours just painting by themselves. And it's actually, aside from what you guys get out of it, it's a privilege for me too to actually be able to come here in this space and share a craft with you guys. So everyone gets something. Cheers, Jason. Here was the issue. The lights were off a little bit on the phone. We fixed it. I'm having a glass of wine and watching you paint, a nightly routine. Justin, that is a good routine. I like your style. I like your style. Now, pop that off there, pop that up there. And we're just going to add a little bit more gloss up to this top part. There we go. This is going to make these trees glisten a little bit. We want just a little bit of glisten. There we go. Hey Justin, when you say glass of wine, are we talking red? Are we talking white? Are we talking rosé? What's a Justin go-to? I'll just bring you a little bit closer there, guys, so you can see what I'm doing here. Most definitely a red. Are we talking Shiraz? Are we talking Merlot? Cab Sav? Pinot Noir? I'm going to take a stab and say that Justin's a Pinot Noir man. You a Pinot Noir man, Justin? Merlot! The first one I said. I was talking too much and you made me doubt myself there. I think deep down I knew it was Merlot. Thank you so much, Mizell. Appreciate you. MSN Messenger. Used to use that as a child. I will not be selling this piece. This piece is not available. This piece was commissioned, so it already has an owner. And we may be doing some more horse pictures though. So I'm excited for that. Just get a bit of this gloss gel on here. This gloss gel is going to create another texture in here, guys. We want as many textures as we can get. Part of the fun of this sort of impressionist style is building up texture so it changes what it looks like from different angles. That makes a novel factor in owning the painting in real life as opposed to just getting a JPEG rendition of it. So that's why we do what we do. There we go. Now I'm about to stand back, guys, almost in the finishing stages. There we go. A little bit down here, team. There we go. And we are done and dusted, team. So I'll stand you back here so you can see it. Just back here. Here we are. I don't teach people how to paint, not at the moment. I used to do some classes. We've toned right back. There's been a few requests, so don't be surprised if you hear about a wine and paint night that we may set up. And if it does start, you're more than welcome to join. but the best you can do for art classes right now are just the tips that I share on this show. But I say show, on this live. In regards to any tips, I try and make sure the stuff that I show you isn't so much specialised for art, but is specialised for anything. And also, if you are just an appreciator of art, you can take things away from what you learn here and apply it to if you go to a gallery, if you go to someone's house and see art, you'll be able to apply the same things I teach you here about composition, about colour, about subject matter, about formulating a picture, and you'll be able to apply that to basically any piece of art. And no, you won't know about the art movements and certain famous artists, but honestly, you don't need to. You'll have enough to understand why you may feel like you've got certain tastes. Now, perspective, yes, that too. But typically, it's going to sound bad, perspective's a massive thing, especially in old school paintings. But in paintings like Impressionist paintings, similar to say a Van Gogh style, a Van Gogh style, we ignore perspective a little bit, and that sounds bad because perspective always plays a role, but we're focusing more on actually just noticing shapes, tones, colours, hues, and building out these blocks of colour over the course of the image with a paintbrush. We're not so much focused on measuring the picture out and constructing it from scratch with a bunch of controlling baselines. We shoot far more from the hip because that's what makes the art fun. So, yeah. Anyway, let me rotate this one around for you. This is, if I put it front and center there. I wonder if I just crouch down here like this. There we go. Okay, so this one here is finished. You should be able to make out two horses, but it should still have a very large element of abstraction to it. And the reason we have that is because, like I was saying when I started this one, we wanted a battle to be happening. 50% paint being primal, wild, being all over the show, and 50% realism. So you should not be able to make out more than half of an image. And it should be no more than half abstracted. So that's where this one's at. I love the colour palette, the warmth that's in the horses, but not only in the horses. The trees are there, there's as much detail in those as the horses. And one of my favourite features are that because the colour palette in the photo, the actual horse legs look very, very similar to the tree trunks. There's not a separation in that. And because of the level of abstraction we've used, they actually are almost inseparable, especially around this area. I love that. That's part of the fun of something like Impressionism. Because in the photo, you know what? If we didn't know what a horse looked like, if we were just a robot or something that couldn't conceive of the fact there was a sentient or living animal in the picture, those horse legs would just look like tree trunks. Blobber, I'm so sorry, this one's not available. So this one here is a commission that's already gone. So this one's going to be going to a framer tomorrow, and like I've talked about, I'm going to show you guys what I mean. I talk about a white frame going on it. Now this picture's very intense, and there is, thanks guys, this picture's very intense, and so what's going to help this picture chill out is a white frame like this going around the edges of it. And you'll see just a little bit there, but I need you to imagine, use your imagination, as this goes the whole way around it and allows actually these bolder colours to have something to balance them before they join into the rest of the room. And that's why, yes Victoria, it is complete. Leaving the workshop. So, because of that white frame, it's going to be about this thick around the edges, and it's going to just bite over those edges a little bit. It's going to allow it to balance with the rest of the room. Colour palette's fantastic, but a high energy painting needs a low minimalist energy frame to sort of create that balance. Anyway, that's our picture. I'm going to take this one down, I'm going to lay it down to dry with a little bit of gloss gel that we put onto it. And then we've got two other exciting paintings that we're going to be working on today. What a thrill. It's done, and oh thanks Justin. Now what I am going to do guys is once it is framed, I will take some high quality pictures of it and I'll share those with everyone. But right now, I'll just wait till it's all sorted. So, give me a moment. Thank you very much, Victoria. Hey, speaking of Victoria, how did you like the newest reel? I was trying to be funny. Hope I came off as funny. Maybe I was trying too hard. Not very yummy. Yes, loved it. Cheers, Victoria. Appreciate it. Right. Here we go. Let's bring up another painting. Yes, Justin. Coffee. Perfect. Now, because this is a smaller one, I'm going to bring you closer. Salt Lake City. I love Salt Lake City. I love Salt Lake City. All right. We're coming closer for this one. And I'm going to need to lift it up ever so slightly, I think. Because that's going to be too low to reach where I need to reach. 1 second. This is JMS's work, James. And it is coming together fantastically. I've been looking at it for a long time, wondering and considering, am I going to touch it? Or is it perfect just the way it is? Because sometimes it is. Jackie, welcome. Oh, that's a little swan at the bottom. Yes, it is. And look, that's what I've been looking at. Little areas like that. Because once you add some more detail to them, they might become too intense. They might lose a certain something that's already in them. And so we have to think about these things. With a picture like this though, you've got to wonder if you can add more to it. It's actually hit the spot. I keep putting this one up, guys, and I stare at it for a while, and I wonder to myself what I can add to it to improve it. And then I put it back down, and then I put it back up, and then I put it back down. That's it all. Yeah. Hey, you found me. You're all good tears. So I'm gonna put this one back down, guys. Every time I bring it out, I have the same thought. Can I add to it? It needs more time. Of course. So this is the picture here. So we have a castle. We've got the piece across here, green fields, grass, water, and the reflection there. So it's all there. But when we look up here, there's a certain special thing about this painting and the rough nature of it. And I'm worried that if we continue putting coats on it, that we might lose that raw, sudden, expressive feeling. I don't want to lose it. I like where it's at. I like the fact that in some of the locations you can see board. I like the fact that it has these sort of cascading brush strokes over the paint. We're not going to touch it just yet. We're going to hold fire. Yeah. See, the one thing that you can lose if you come back to a piece over and over is that I do risk that calmness and that playfulness of the brushstrokes. The more brushstrokes you add, the more you'll try and control the piece to make it into what you want. And I think it's already what we want. I'm going to hold fire on this one. I'll put it front on for you guys though, so you can see it. So this is it here. It's got a little bit of a reflective surface on it. You should be able to make out the castle, a light reflection of the castle, some swans, maybe a gate down the very bottom. The water should be really rough and glistening, but reflecting some of the colours that are in the landscape. The sky should be wild, not rough, not scary, but wild. As if there's weather occurring, but you're not afraid of it. The castle itself has this lovely contrast between the left and the right hand side, where one is white and one is dark, but not in a ominous sort of way. Just in a, this is the way the light has hit. So that's what we've got. Yeah, so it should look really cool if you squint. What should happen when you look at a piece like this is up close, you should really be able to relax and just see wild paint. But then when you move far away, it should all come together. And so we're going to give that a little go actually. What if I stand right back? I come back over here and you start seeing it. You see more of a castle. Just in a nice way at the end of the room. I don't think we're going to touch this piece again, guys. I think this one, sometimes when you set out to do a painting, you can get yourself locked into a habit of trying to make something better and better and better and better. And sometimes it's already everything you want. So I think this one's there now. And if something reaches that stage faster than you expect, I think that's actually, I think that's really special. Sometimes we can get hung up thinking you want to spend additional hours, additional time, additional weeks on something. And I don't know, sometimes, maybe 1 in 30, sometimes you just hit the nail on the head like this one, and you don't want to touch it. The last time we hit the nail on the head with a painting was the reel of the sunflowers, the Van Gogh sunflowers, and that was last year. This is the first time since then we've finished a painting in under 5 hours that we think, yes, nail on the head, well done. Anyway, let's go on to, thanks Victoria. Let's put this one down. They're both done. And now we're going on to one of my personal favourites. I love this one. Robert the Runner. Welcome back, Robert the Runner. And the plan is, guys, the plan is we are finishing Paul version 2. Welcome back, great to have you. Always great to have you. We're finishing Robert the Runner today. That's the plan. Got some amazing coats here on. Some amazing details, some amazing colours, really popping. We're going to go around the edges of the canvas there. And we're also going to need to go around the edges of the canvas at the bottom. So that's in a good place. It's in a good place. Hello dude, watching from the Philippines, you're more than welcome to be here. Robert is really coming together. I don't want to get to a stage where there's an awkward man standing in the middle, running along. What I really want to have is for his whole mid part, as it kind of does right now, to blend into the background. So that if you looked for him, almost like a Where's Wally book, you could look for him and find his figure and his form. But if you weren't looking for him, there'd just be energy in the picture. And that's fun. It wants to be something that actually, if you're in a waiting room, you can stare at it for a while before you actually see what you're looking at. And that's going to be part of the fun of this picture. That's where I want to take this. And if you've noticed, guys, my most sincere apologies, I do need to shave. I got rushed out of the house this morning. I needed to go to a few shops and visit the bank, had a couple of little jobs to do. So for the stream tomorrow, I will be clean shaven. I promise you that. And thank you very much, Ebely. Thank you very much, Ebely. I really appreciate it. It was my birthday. It was my birthday, 12th of January. So what's that? 10 days ago. I've been 30 for 10 days. Turning into a dinosaur, guys. Turning into a dinosaur. Right. 1 year at a time. Your hair grows. Try to. Me too. Don't shave every other day. It's wild. Yes. So my facial hair doesn't grow that fast, guys. I'm a bit of a boy, but I do get it slowly. Here we go. Here's our picture for anyone who's interested. That's what we're working off here. That's Robert the Runner. Thanks, Def Music Jim. Appreciate you. You're 2 months older. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Okay. To pull this picture together, how are we going to do it? Now, with this picture here, you'll be able to see it from your position. There is a lot of dark tans, these brooding reds in the picture. Now, I didn't want to curve it into them too early. The issue with doing that too early is we'd end up forming this more brooding, grungy picture. That's not what we wanted. What we do want is we want to actually flesh out all the bright, vibrant colours first, and then come back and cut little areas in that want to be those brooding colours. So let me move you back a little bit. Here you go. And then I've got my paint tray. This is unconventional. Still got paint on it, but it's dry, so that'll be all right. What I am going to do is I'm going to grab the colours out of my toolbox. Take care of myself. I always do. Got a lovely group of friends, loved ones, partners, family. Everyone makes sure I look after myself. I'm very spoiled, guys. Make no mistake. You've got to have people who love you if you're going to say you're going to run off and start painting. And everyone supports you. Let's keep the comments respectful. Thank you very much, Victoria. Huge thank you to Victoria, who hangs out with me, looks after me, and makes sure that we are having fun, having good banter. So, you're the best, Victoria. You already know that. I tell you that every stream. I'll be back in a few. Going to hit the gym, you absolute champion, Paul. Shout out to you, mate. And anyone else who has done some exercise today, whether it's some yoga in front of the TV, whether it's some stretching while watching your favourite TV show, whether it's going to the gym, walking the dog, going for a swim at the beach, whatever you've done, don't let anyone tell you have to go to a gym either, guys. That's nonsense. If you like just going for a walk, if you like doing some yoga in front of the TV, whatever does it for you, get out there and do it. In fact, don't even get out there and do it. If you like doing it in the comfort of your own home, do it in your own home. I believe very much so in that. During the first lockdown in New Zealand, me and my brother got very, very into doing the little at-home workouts on YouTube. So we'd work out in front of the TV. Was it that intense? Not really. Was it fun? Was it bonding? Was it enough movement to keep our blood flowing and keep us happy and keep endorphins running? Yeah, all those things times 10. So that was fantastic. The reference pictures at the top here, I'll show you one more time. This is a lucky last. There we go. There we go. So, Robert Le Runner. Can't believe I kept the reference pic. I said the same thing in my head. I'm missing a few things. And JEC, welcome to the stream. You know it's always a pleasure to have you here. It's always a pleasure to have you all here. JEC, you just missed it, but don't worry, I'll be uploading shots to Instagram. We've finished 2 paintings today. I'm not touching that one. I can see it from over here. I can't improve it. It's everything I want from it. I love it. I'm going to have to tell James. Like, I was telling James, you know, we might come back to it, we might not. I've been looking at it, I've been putting it up here, I've been taking it down, putting it up here, taking it down. It's perfect. I'm done, it's perfect. I'm not touching it. I'm not going back on that again. I've decided. So, that's special. Now, yeah, so that's all done. Is that Lucy? No. I keep seeing those little pixies and thinking Lucy's popped by. Is he, you know, I'm not sure what that means. But I'm not very cool, guys. I wasn't cool in high school. I'm not cool now. So, slang terms go well over my head. What did I Google the other day? No cap, I think. Kids were saying no cap. And I was like, excuse me one moment. I went down. It's like, no cap. Okay, that means lying. And then there was another one. No. Don't get the wrong idea about me, the pink prosecutor. I was deep in the drama department. I did improv. I did barbershop. I had 4 visual art boards to do. I did sculpture, painting, design, English, classics. Didn't do any sport. I was a little nerd. Played card games. Did LANs with my friends. We all got our laptops out, 4v4, and played Dota, Defense of the Ancients, which was a mini game inside Warcraft, and we played Age of Empires 2. I don't care who you are. I'm good at Age of Empires 2. I'll take you to the cleaners. Yeah. But I don't think anyone from back in 2010 was running around saying Seb was a cool kid. That's not a thing. How long have I been painting for? Since forever. Since I was a tiny tacker. So like, maybe, how long's that? I don't know. Time flies. Time flies. I've had creative tools around me. Parents who wanted me to paint. Little things like that. Ever since I was 2. But in terms of actual full-time painting, only recently, maybe a year and a half a year. But in terms of part-time painting, years, lots of years. You missed something, did you? User? You've mentioned things that are actually interesting. Is that like with the things that are actually interesting in terms of high school? I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm sure sports are fun. I mean, I'm sure everyone had fun playing with balls, but I couldn't catch one. So, it's really hard to play with it if you can't catch it. Shit. Oh, thanks guys, appreciate that. Yeah, so now with this one, we're adding the vibrant colours. We're going at it with some black, some red, and we're going to pair up some of these grungy colours. And just try and flesh this painting out a wee bit. Grungy colours. I slept a little bit funny last night, guys, so if my neck's a little bit off where it should be, then that's because I had a bit of a funny sleep. So, who's Shelby? Only the most important female on the face of the planet besides my mother. Hey guys, I say it all the time, but if you do want to connect more, you can jump onto my bio and there's a link to everything you need. So that's all there for you and me. You just wait and see. Put a little love in your heart. There we go. This man is forever painting. This man is forever painting. I'm getting through a few of these paintings though, guys, and we've got a fresh set coming up in February, which is really exciting. So, All the ones we're currently working on, there's 2 more in total. I'm getting back there. I'm going to smash those out, and then our February calendar is now full to the brim. We've got Surfer Steve, we've got a family portrait, we've got some horses still to be confirmed, we've got a, what's the other one? Come on, Sid. A couple's portrait, another couple's portrait. So we did the wedding one last month. We've now got another couple's one this next month. So that's going to be fun. If you want to paint too, paint too. Paint along with me. I'd love to have you. We've got some people who actually join in here and paint along with me. So that's fun. Did you just make a new painting? We're in the process of it. We are in the process. So this is a marathon runner. You might be able to make him out. It's okay if you can't. There's an abstract element to this. It's part of the fun. Hoping to get Robert the runner chiseled off this session. Can you teach you how to paint? Jackie, I can show you a few tips on how to paint. But I try and keep it, because not everyone here wants to become a painter. Some people have other aspirations. They want to be joiners, they want to be singers, lawyers, accountants, doctors, nurses, paramedics, whatever you want to do. I like to try and help you guys by grabbing the skills you can learn with paint and helping you apply it to whatever you do. Does that stay hydrated? Thank you very much, Victoria. That is sound advice. No matter what you're doing right now, guys, listen to Victoria. Staying hydrated is definitely a good idea. Right. So, as I was saying, so some of the skills we do with paint, just because we are painting, but please remember, there is an element of generality. What's the word I'm looking for here? Everything's said quite generally to help you apply it to whatever you're doing. If we are doing painting though, it's fun to actually learn some tips and tricks. So that way if you are in a gallery, or if you do find yourself at someone's house, and you see pictures you like, you can talk to them a little bit and understand a little bit about them. What you like about it, why it might be special to you. All these things can come into it. Or just hang out with me and enjoy the painting. Yeah, so this is one of the smaller paintings that we'll do. This is, what size is this? 450 by 900. Normally I'll work with a bigger size, but in this case, for this one that's going to be shipped to Australia, we're going to work with this size. The yellow paint is really popping. Yeah. So our trick at the start was we were going to apply a bunch of yellow, blue and red paint. So what that was going to do is it was going to add the 3 primary colours as a base coat, and now we're going to build out those grungy reds and those oranges and see where that takes us. Thanks, Willie. Appreciate you. I think I'm following. Take me to Australia. Well, you can go on to Qantas, Air New Zealand, or any other flight provider and get yourself a flight. In terms of me, I paint out of New Zealand, but Justin, the owner of this painting, lives in Australia. Nice guy. Absolute champion. Same story, guys. This is a commission, it's not for sale. But if you would like a commission, you can reach out on the link in my bio and we can get in touch. Talk about it. What do you want? Now, yesterday I went on a rant. I'm sorry if you didn't want to hear the rant, but it was an important rant. I spent yesterday ranting about finding what your why was. And the reason I yarned about finding your why is because, especially with the creative process, where some days you're taking 2 steps forward and other days you're taking 5 steps back, to try and mentally come over those barriers, sometimes it really, really helps to understand why you're waking up in the morning. Is it a passion for the actual thing you're doing? Is it a passion for your family? Is it a passion for the ability to call yourself a professional in whatever your craft is? Is it a passion for, whatever it may be? But find that why, because you may not need it today, but if you have it, when times get tough, you're so ready because you've already got the reason to pull through tougher times. And some people talk about a why being one thing. My why is bang. It's very unlikely that you'll have one singular purpose, solo-driven why. It's more likely that there's 5 or 6 things that make you tick. So the word count isn't enough to talk about it, but I don't know my why. Being a prostitute, that's okay. That's okay. A lot of the time, people will be like, just like you're saying, I don't know my why. Everyone seems to have a why, but I don't know mine. For me, I battled with that for years. I didn't know what I wanted, who I wanted to be, or how I wanted to get there. But one thing I figured out was that once I'd actually engaged myself in the way that I said, I don't know. Once I was actually able to honestly say to myself, I don't know the answer to that question. That was ironically finally when I decided I was able to relax and find the answer. So to actually, instead of just charging endlessly saying, I think I know what I'm doing, it's going to be fine, instead say, I've got no idea what I'm doing. I want a plan, but I don't have one right now. But still finish it with it's going to be fine. Maybe not today, but it will be. So that's the best I've got, I think. I hope that helps. But I think rather than actually knowing what your why is today, at least deciding that you're going to put a little more effort into finding it. That's powerful. Once I quit therapy, I knew right after what my purpose was. That's fantastic. There you go. There you go. And American me, welcome back. It's a pleasure to have you. It's a pleasure to have all of you. So we're going to around this canvas here a little bit, guys. Let's just slash it on there. So here's our palette. We haven't got as much black as seems to show up in this palette. That's because there was black on it yesterday. It's dried onto it, it's caked onto it. It's not what we're using today. Hopefully, if I can land these brush strokes in the way that I want to, and there's never a guarantee of that, I'm hoping to finish this painting today. But like I say, never a guarantee, who knows. Rye, I love you, thank you very much. How much does shipping to the US cost? Wally White, that's a great question. So for a piece this size, if I was to box this and ship this, now bear in mind that it goes in a protected box. That means there's polystyrene around it. That means it's got a hard cardboard exterior. It's cardboard and polystyrene to keep the weight down, but it'll still be nice and strong, so the surface of the painting won't get pushed or damaged. Now, when we talk about what a painting costs in the US, this one here is in the realms of, I've actually seen one exactly this size. The horse painting that was up before though, that's going to be around 700 US to send. And that includes the box it goes in. This one here, this is going to Australia, so I haven't seen the shipping quote. But if I was to guess for the US, I'd be saying about 500 New Zealand, which is about 300-ish in US. That's my best guess. But again, this stuff does chop and change. Sometimes it's up a few hundred, sometimes it's down a few. I actually had the privilege, and it was an absolute privilege, I'd given some shipping quotes out to a great guy called Ricky and a lovely lady called Holly, and I told them it was going to be this much. And actually when I went to ship it, it was down by 150. So I was able to say, hey guys, look at this, bang. We'll just wipe that off the top. So that was pretty fun. But that's, you know, sometimes it happens like that, sometimes it goes up a little bit. But yeah. On that particular day, it was a win. It was a big win. Thanks, Rye. Thanks for popping on in, giving a few roses, and sleep well. I appreciate you joining in. It's a new painting today. Use it. It is indeed. And guys, if you do pop on regularly, but you don't have a TikTok account, that's all good. Can I just encourage, though, that you get one? And the reason I ask that is because, sorry guys, just closing some of these windows so the reference picture stops blowing around. The reason I ask if you get a, if you can get a TikTok, is because then your name will show up instead of being user with a whole bunch of random numbers following. You'll be a name, and so I can call you by name. And I reckon that's kind of fun. Thank you, Yuka. Appreciate you. And Serena, thank you so much. Appreciate the gifts. I've made a pact, guys. It's a pretty fun pact. My pact is that all the gifts and donations that come through on the stream, I use those to actually better the stream, whether that be with little tripod stands. In the previous thing we bought, it's this here. This is our toolbox. And so when I go out in nature, I bring this with me. These sides fold up like that and close the whole thing up. And this has all my paintbrushes. This has all my paints in it, everything I need to go about the stream. So that's part of the fun, guys. And it's a huge thank you because the tripod the camera's currently filming on and the wooden red box here came from you guys. So that's pretty special. And the easel I got for free when I came here, which is cool. But yeah, it's sort of fun how things are slowly becoming things that have been coming from the stream, which in my mind actually brings you guys physically into the room to be a part of things here, which was pretty cool. Hoping you buy a funny hat with donations one day. Yeah, we've been chasing the silly hat thing for a while, haven't we? One day. Maybe if we're painting outside one day, we can grab a hat and use it to dual purpose. Cover up in the sun a little bit and look silly. I do like a silly hat though. Silly hat parties, big fan of a silly hat party. Hello, Jaden. Jaden, don't disappoint. Do it. Do it, Jaden. Please do it. Jaden. G'day guys, how we doing? Jaden, if you don't ask me to paint a turtle, I'm going to start getting withdrawals. Just stumbled across this live and I want to say so bad it's 4 AM for me in the UK and I need sleep. Tanya, I really appreciate you stopping by. That's obvious. But it's okay, because I'll be back tomorrow and the next day and every day. So we always paint on air. Jaden, I love you. And thank you very much for the weights, Ryan. Much appreciated. So we'll be back here, Tanya. So it's late for you, grab some sleep. If you are wanting to catch some lives and you've missed them or I'm not live, just click on the link in the bio. You'll find YouTube there, and on YouTube are all the replays. But it's kind of fun being able to comment live, but I mean anything works. It's all fun. I wonder if the makeup brushes work for painting as well. Absolutely they do. In fact, you can spend a lot of money on very, very fine brushes to do this sort of dry brushing technique that you do with the makeup tools. And so one thing you can do is get the makeup tools, and if you want to use those, you may find they'll be the equivalent of a $60 brush, and that's pretty fun. 8 p.m. there. That's cool. It's 5 p.m. here, so people are just starting to finish work. Traffic will be booming. I'll be here painting with you guys for... I hope you don't mind. Can I check? It might cut the connection for just a moment, but I need to check because Shelby's flicked a message. Joe and a little white paw, thank you very much. Appreciate you. Give me one. Where am I gone? Am I back? Where have I gone? Back, gone, back, gone. Unstable connection. Good connection. Here we go. Sorry for disappearing there, guys. I just had Shelby message me, and she has just told me, this is great news, that she's going to be back late tonight. She's a hard worker, that one. But what that means for us is now we can be here as long as we like. Although I am on 20%. Is that going to be a problem? Probably. Let me see if I've got a charger here, though, guys. I should have a charger in this box, I think. Or are we going to be up the creek without a paddle? We've got a charger cord, we've got a power plug, do a power bank. Anything to plug into. These are the questions. Just have a little look around, guys. One moment. All right. Can't see one, but that's all right. When it dies, it dies. I'm going to try with the last 20% of battery I've got to smash this painting out. If we can get it done in that amount of time, then I'll be able to come back tonight after a gym session and start a new painting, fresh coat. Of something quite special. So let's see how that goes. I've been talking to a lovely lady called Hoda, who has an amazing picture of that she's taken. Should I give it away? It's an ancient bit of some sort of temple of some sort. Something. Anyway, really special thing, and I have the privilege of turning it to paint, so we're making a reel on that and doing some fun there. That's the way it's gonna be, pretty darling, riding with a horse on, yeah, yeah. Way up to the skies, pretty darling. Oh yeah, yeah. Boom, 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 boom. We might grab the teeniest, tiniest bit of water here. Thanks, Victoria. A little bit of water here. A little bit of water with acrylic paint, never too much, just a little bit. And the reason why a little bit of water is important, here we go, because it makes the paint run much better. But you've always got to do it in moderation. Don't ever overdo it. Temptation is to try and make it run better and better, and if you do that, it'll get to a point where it just gets too thin. And once it's too thin, it's no good for anyone. It's no good for anyone. There we go. Perfect. Have you ever worked with Blink acrylic paint before. I haven't heard of it, Paint Prosecutor. Sounds like the sort of thing I should have heard of, but I have not heard of it. But it's okay. I haven't heard of absolutely everything. Absolutely everybody, 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 absolutely everybody in the whole wide world. Absolutely everybody. Thanks, Randy. Appreciate you guys. If you want to connect more too, guys, same story. It's all there in the bio. You know where to find it. There is Instagram. There is TikTok, YouTube, all the things. Now I've just got some tans here at the moment. I've mixed those tans with just a teeny tiny bit of water. If you don't want to use water, you can always use some sort of acrylic medium, but good old-fashioned water is really, really hard to compete with sometimes. Sometimes it just hits those spots that you want to have hit. There's all the right things for the painting. Here we go, just like that. Normally I'm an advocate for things like transparent gloss gels and things like that in paintings, but sometimes I do just enjoy the water. So that's what we're doing. We're using the water. Hello again, and Davis. Thank you very much. Welcome from Mexico. Is that CDMX? CDMX. Mexico City's amazing. Love it. Love Mexico. We're gonna do a little trick here now, guys. I love this trick. Okay, so what we're doing now is I've got the bottle of one of the drink bottles, and I'll put it here, and I'm using the water out of that gradually to mix on the plate with the other colours. Is it anything that new? No, not really. Is it Kiwi ingenuity? Indeed. But once you do it, just be careful, guys, that you actually make sure that you maintain a level palette. Otherwise, the water will run off and go everywhere. So that's part of the fun. You like it here? You're more than welcome here. We're lucky to have you here. Here we go. Seb, have you finished the dog painting? It's one of my favourites you've done. No, but we're heading down south tomorrow. Hopefully we finish this one today. So we head down south tomorrow. I can sit down with a dog painting and with the 3 children at the beach and finish them. And that will give us a clean slate going into our February period, which will be really, really exciting. It may even give me the confidence to take on an extra 1 or 2 commissions. I typically keep it at about 4 a month. So that way, if I hit an artist block or have any issues, that way I can actually make sure we can still maintain the pace. And if I'm moving faster than I think I should be, then I can also add in projects of passion. So that's all very wholesome. Of course we are. Alexandria, you're welcome to be here. Everyone's welcome here, guys. Myself, everyone else, Victoria, Cheryl, Lucy, we all want to create an environment which is inclusive and friendly for everyone. So it's important that everyone feels welcome. Can we see what you're painting? It's just at the top here, guys. It's a little runner. So it's called Robert the Runner. You could look up the picture. Let's go like this and show you it here. Yeah, here we are. That's what we're painting. And we're on a time schedule. Who loves a time schedule? I do. we're on time schedule because, excuse me, try to balance that out so I didn't lose all my paint. We're on time schedule because my phone is dying. So, I want to try and get this painting finished before the phone dies, and if I can do that, then that's fantastic, and we can start a project of passion tonight, and I'm excited for that. I've got just the project. We've got some really exciting things coming up in February. Really exciting. So I'm buzzing personally because there's been some amazing people I've been talking to over Christmas, over New Year's, over January, who've been waiting eagerly with incredible works of art. Well, incredible dreams, aspirations and things that they want to turn into art. And February is their year, their month, so it's exciting. Wow. You need a portable charger with you, Pete Prosecutor. I do. I'm an absolute shocker. This is me. It's me. Hi. I'm the problem. It's me. Tea time. Everybody agrees. Shelby actually bought me a portable charger. It's all my fault that it's not here with me. So here we are. Hi. I'm the problem, it's me. I stare directly in the sun, but never in the mirror. Comes out from there. It must be exhausting, always rooting for the anti-hero. He sings at every live. I try not to, but I do. We love Taylor, there we go. We need a swear jar for Seb, but instead of swearing, I'm saying, yeah. That's not a bad shout, actually. It's not a bad shout. I'm not even going to deny it. I need that. It's me. Hi. I'm the problem. It's me. That would be $1. There we go. Slowly building up the layers. Just little bits of blackening added at the moment, guys. Fleshing out what's in the background there. Just little bits. Just some little bits. There we go. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you. Now, I said I was going to come out with something each time I went live. I don't know what today's going to be. As I said last time, we talked about a why. But today I think I've got a pretty... It's not as intense as a why, but it's something you can do straight away. You don't have to do it. I do it. I like to do it. And it's going to seem like nagging, but it had a big, profound difference in my life. And one thing I really encourage you to start doing, if you're not already doing it, is make your bed. It sounds so cheesy, but it's nice to take a control over your life by please help donate a charger. Cheers, Roger. And the reason why I like it is it's a job that resets every day, but it's such a controllable job to tick off. And it's so incredible to be able to start your day with something you can definitely conquer and complete. That's always going to be there, waiting to be finished every day. So actually, starting your day with successfully ticking something off, psychologically that's powerful. So I've never been someone who likes to make the bed, but once I started viewing it actually as a method to start a day by finishing things off, I thought I can get on board with that. Because sometimes you won't have a single win through the entire day. You'll just get pushed further and further backwards. And so there's nothing wrong with that, that's life. But it's fun to actually know that even on those days, you're going to get that little win right at the start, right when you get going. So that's pretty fun. Hi, Human, welcome. Other countries, I love going to other countries. Inspiration-wise, comes from all sorts of places, guys. For me, digging my skincare routine when I wake up starts my day right. Yeah, that works too. That works too. I mean, it doesn't even have to be the bed. I know we get hung up on the bed a little bit, but at the end of the day, as long as you've got something that you do as almost like a ritual that you can do every morning, that you can conquer and nail. If you've got that, you sort of set yourself up to win each day, which I like. I get out of bed and choose chaos. Good on you, Pity. You can still get out of bed, make the bed, and choose chaos. That's what I do. But, like I say, take everything that gets said on the street with a big old grain of salt. Because you can make your own decisions. And certainly, a random Kiwi on TikTok painting is not the best way to make those decisions. Big grain of salt for everything I say. That's a good technique, Pity. If that works for you, that works for you. I just sit down and contemplate my existence, and sometimes, if that counts, that's close enough too. Each to our own. Can't believe it. A little sandfly has bitten me on my wrist. Didn't know what it was at first, but now I know. It's me. Listen and avocado toast in the morning. Happy day. I like it. Good plan. Good plan. Alright, now we're moving on to light blues, guys. Spotting areas with light blues. And we're building it out. Seeing where that takes us. In this case, around the edge of the canvas. There we go. Hello. Right around. You spin my head right around where you go down when you go downtown. You spin my head right around. God bless Victoria and all. I'm with Victoria. Right, there we go. Build out this here, build out this here, build out this here. One step at a time. He's coming together. He's looking really cool. Guys, if you do want to connect more, everything you need is in the bio. So you can find Instagram, you can find YouTube, all the things. It's me. Hi. I'm the problem, it's me. At tea time. Everybody agrees. I stare directly into the sun, but never in the mirror. It must be exhausting listening to Sib sing the same song over and over and over again. I like that song, guys. I like that song. I like that boulder. That's a nice boulder. There we go. Perfectos. Thanks, Ron. Appreciate you. This is nice after a long day. That's good. I'm glad. Some of us do incredible jobs, live busy lives, and it's sort of cool that you can unwind with me while I do this craft. I think that's kind of special, guys. Are you a pessimistic person or an optimistic person, Seb? Look, I think we all go through stages. I think that applies to the same. We talk about glass half full or half empty. I don't believe you can pour from an empty glass. And so I think you can be both. I don't think you get to be one or the other. I think we have a responsibility to try and make sure our cup is full so then we can pour into everyone else's. So I think the short answer there is I want to be an optimistic person. And I do everything I can to be an optimistic person. And I think everyone else shares that. I think we all want that. I'm one hell of a pessimist, let me tell you. That's all good, Victoria. But that being said, even though you're a pessimist, you want to be an optimist. No one wants to be a pessimist. Sometimes life just makes us that way. And I get that. El Toro. I don't understand, David. Try to. Yo no hablo español. ¿Tú hablo inglés? Lo siento. I just want to be a problem. That's all good. You can be whatever you want to be. It's the beauty of this world. Just choose what you want to be and pursue it. And that's kind of fun. That's kind of fun. See, Sid. Thank you. The ground of the picture is wild. Yeah. So I wanted to put a lot of energy into the concrete. I wanted it to be wild, expressive, and fun. I didn't want to end up with a boring grey concrete that he was running on, because actually half the fun of running is the surface you're running on. So I wanted to have this energetic explosion of energy occurring all around his feet, spread out around it like that. Pretty wholesome. It just sucks when someone else tells me what I should feel. I'm very sorry. If I've told you what to feel, then don't listen. You can feel whatever you want. Hey, yeah.
Hey.
Not you, others. Oh, thanks, Pink Prospect. I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. All right, guys. 13. Come down from 20 to 13. It's going to come down to the wire. But I reckon, I don't know for sure, but I reckon it's a possibility, guys. We'll see. People assume I need a solution. Sometimes I just need to let it out. That's true. That's actually written about quite a lot in a book. Old book, but a goodie. Men are from Mars, women are from Venus. in that book, he writes about that. So, if you're inclined to go reading, you might like it. Right, I'm back on the baby blue bandwagon, guys. We're adding that colour into the background. Do we need to? We don't need to do anything. Do we want to? Yeah. It's going to make it pop. So we'll do it. Same thing goes with a few little marks on this road. I'm just going to let to notice them. There we go. And one more over here. Just down over here. There we go. It's me. Hi. I'm the problem. It's me. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. Just kidding, Seb. I appreciate that. I wrote in Portuguese. Sorry. Oh, thanks, David. I appreciate that. You're a champion. We're making good ground here, guys. Very good ground. Just going to come on around the side here a little bit. There we go. There we go. Up around here. Cool. We're going to move on to something quite aggressive here, guys. This is going to be the black colours. Good morning, Jordan. Welcome. By the way, Seb, you know your personality type. I'm an INTJ. I don't know my personality type, but INTJ sounds fun. So me. I stare directly in the sun, but never in the mirror. Sorry guys, just going to dab this paint up around this guy's face. It's going to make it come together just a little bit more. So bear with me. This is important. Just up through here. There we go. And a little bit up through here. Shane gave me an elbow, it's going to be vital for this one. There we go. It'll come together. I took that test and it's somewhere in my email. Oh, fantastic. Rex. Supposed to be focusing on having a lovely evening or morning wherever you are in the world. Okay, there we go. Cool. For those who are new here, welcome. And this is a painting of a guy called Robert the Runner. It's pretty exciting. It's one of the last ones we've got in our January set, and so we might be able to move on to our February set early. And if we can do that, that's fantastic. There's two more paintings waiting down in Todoma for us. Smash those ones out, and then who knows what the future holds? Well, I do, but for you guys, it's a mystery at this stage. Personality test is on the 16 Personalities website. It's a fun little quiz. It does sound pretty fun. The most recent quiz I did was what was your spirit animal? It gave me a butterfly. Are you introvert or extrovert? It depends on the environment. I think we get hung up on pegging ourselves down and giving ourselves labels, but actually, you know what? Some people can be an introvert in some places and extrovert in others. Like an introvert around their families and extrovert around their friends or vice versa. This is all okay. As long as you're doing you. Tauranga. Do you like near Tūtanga? I'm not following Biddy, but I do like Tauranga. Tauranga is a very cool place. I live in Auckland now, but I love Tauranga. A giant beaver. That's pretty exciting, Biddy. Yeah. It told me pretty convincingly that I was a butterfly. was it's like an 80% convinced. Got to do what's good for you. Yeah, I agree. I agree, Victoria. We're on 12%, guys. So we're going to chisel through as much as we can, and we'll be back later. Obviously. But it's got nothing to do with you guys if I need to disappear early. As long as you understand that. Now stare directly, I'm sorry. Victoria, another $1. Stream on. Thanks, Pity. Appreciate you. Now stare directly. So in this case here, that's another $1. Another $1. The countdown to 10 begins. It does indeed. We're on 11. You're at $3 right now, sir. Thanks, Victoria. I am. So underneath the canvas, because it's sitting on this ledge, we're not going to be able to easily paint it. And so what we're going to do with this painting is the underneath part is actually going to be less detailed. We're going to add some colour onto it, but we're not going to use the reference picture to guide it. It's probably going to end up more grey than anything. But around these edges, we're going to make sure that our colour match correctly, and there's a lot going on in them that we can enjoy. And that's that. That's all the information I have on that. Here we go. Robert Lerana. Sorry guys, just trying to get these strokes on here right. Trying to see Robert as a bunch of shapes and colours, rather than seeing Robert as a person with arms and legs. As soon as we see him as a person, we'll lose that quality of the paint that we're seeking, desiring, and chasing. Thanks guys. Don't quote me on that though. I'm not sure what the conversation's about, but Victoria's probably right. Who are you voting for this year? Ooh, interesting. Well, unfortunately, Pity, this is a place where people come to unwind, chill out, feel included, and enjoy themselves. So, the one rule we've got: no politics. I'm sorry. Hi from Mexico. Welcome. Welcome. Love Mexico City. Mexico City taught me to enjoy pineapple with pizza. Never looked back. If you're saying ooh, go to Mexico and have pineapple with your pizza, you'll change your mind. I promise you that. Here we go. Perfect. Add a bit more red into this one. And a little more light. Interesting pineapple pizza. I agree. It wasn't actually on the pizza that got me sold on it. They were putting pineapple with their tacos. And that's where I fell in love with it. And honestly, I want pineapple on the side of my tacos from now on. I reckon it goes hard. So you heard that here first. Well, if you've been to Mexico, you heard it all over Mexico. But if you haven't been to Mexico, you're hearing it here first. Hello, Sarah. Welcome. I had it once and it felt like a crime. It depends, because when we do it in New Zealand, we put it on top of a pizza that's really doughy with lots of like tomatoey flavours and things like that. With lots of like tomatoey flavours and things like that. To what they're actually eating, and there's much more spice. Now, pineapple goes really well with spice. Oh, hello T. Welcome. T, this is pretty exciting. We've just finished off 2 of the artworks we've been working on. They're heading off to get framed tomorrow. But your one is starting its next phase tomorrow night. So I'm pretty excited. There's 2 paintings waiting for us in toner. Can't wait to slap some coats on those 2. At the moment, we're working on Robert the Runner. And yeah, pretty exciting. Pretty exciting. Hey T, sounds awesome. Yeah. T, you've had about 3 people now who have reached out to me and been like, hey, dog paintings, you're the guy, right? I've been like, whoa, 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 whoa. I'll do all paintings, but what's the dog one? And they're just all about this. They're all about your dog painting, T. They love it. So. So don't be surprised if we see a few more dogs appear on the stream. That'll be very funny. If you want to connect more, guys, in the bio, there's one link, and that link will take you to everything you need. So yeah, it has been funny too. It has been really funny. The next one person I've been talking to has been in regards to a chocolate Labrador. So it'd be pretty funny to keep going through these different breeds. But yeah, chocolate Labrador is next on the agenda. Maybe. Don't quote me on it, T. Right now, you're my number 1. But yeah, other dog owners are getting moved by your painting. So, pretty fun collaboration to do with T. A new niche there, dog paintings for the win. Honestly, yeah, probably dog paintings, horse paintings. They're actually pretty fun. Animals are fun to paint. It's easier to disassociate from an animal than it is a human, because we see humans so often, we're so used to where their limbs should be, how a hand should look, how noses, mouths, ears, eyes, how we want it to look. But when it comes to a dog, or when it comes to a horse, or a mouse, or a cat, or whatever, it's easier to see it as a bunch of disjointed shapes and colours and paint it as such. So it's actually easier to capture the character of animals than it is people, depending on how your mind works. For me, it's pretty 50-50, but yeah, definitely animals are fun. Thanks, Sarah, appreciate you. Hey there, JMS. I'm glad you're here, JMS. I sent you a message earlier, and also a bit of a wild card thing. I put your painting up here first this morning. I was going to start painting it. If you've been here on the stream over the last 5 to 7 streams, I've gone through phases where I've picked up the painting, I've put it up here, and then I've looked at it for about 5 to 10 minutes, and I've taken it back down. Anyway, I've decided with the castle painting, I don't believe we can take it any further. I gave it a big spiel, but I think we've got a new crowd here. So, except for Victoria, and Pink Prosecutor, I'm just going to charge off into the spree and tell you guys about the painting. And yeah, hopefully not too many people are hearing it twice over. But if you are, I'll change it up a little bit. You'll enjoy it. 1 second. Here we are. This is the painting at the moment. This is the one we keep putting back up and taking back down. And the reason we put up and take it back down and leave it in the corner of the studio, so it's got that slight sheen on it, is because the actual painting itself captures exactly what we've set out to do. If we start adding more brush strokes to it, we might lose that wildness to it, that creativity that's captured in such a few, it's those few brush strokes that have hit this canvas. We could keep building it out, but a lot of the time you need to look at a painting and wonder, what can we add to it? How can we build on it? How can we improve on it? And with this painting, it's already in a place where I think we only stand to take things away from it. It's something really special. Anyway, so I'm going to take you through a few little examples of why it's special. But first off, if you look at it and the few brush strokes that are on it, one thing that you'll notice up close, because you're close at the moment, is that the castle itself is reflected ever so lightly in the lake. We've got the land across here and the sky. The sky's got energy, vibrancy, potency, but the thing about the sky is even though there's energy in it, it's actually not a scary sky. There's things happening in it, but you don't feel afraid by it, as if you'd need to pack a jacket or be afraid of the weather that's coming. Just like in the picture itself, there were clouds swirling, but nothing to be concerned about, just enough to let you know that weather was there. In terms of the water, it's not frequent that you capture water, especially with a few brush strokes. In our water there, one thing you'll notice is there is an ever so light reflection there, and the colours of the scene and the sky are captured in that water. And I really don't see how we can build on that. It's everything we want it to be. I love the little touch. There are birds in this pond. A few of them appear as little black dots, but there's one little cheeky swan which tends to poke out, which is the swiftest little brush stroke. Down there on the bottom, just on the side there. Again, we can keep building that out, but as soon as that swan gets more brush strokes, what's going to happen is it's going to take attention away from how much that water reflects everything else, and I just think it's right where it needs to be. Now, one thing we're going to do, this is quite fun. So up close here, primal, raw brush strokes, wild, but watch this. We're going to move right back, guys. I'm going to spin you around just a little bit. Here we go. Now, as I move back, you're going to watch this picture go from being primal and raw and these brush strokes being all over the show. And as we move back, I'm just moving it around so the gloss doesn't obscure any point. Once I come back to about here, so when you view this picture from across the room, the landscape will become far more clear. You'll be able to appreciate the overall composition of the piece. And then as we come close in, we move back into wild, primal brush strokes. And that balancing act, 50-50, that's where we want to be sitting. Now, in terms of the framing, I've been talking about this with James, and I've been talking about putting on a nice white frame. Now, part of the reason why you'll do that is actually the brush strokes themselves are very expressive. There's a lot of emotion in this piece, happy emotion, but emotion. And the way to balance that out in a room is by actually putting a white frame on it. So the wild, primal, raw nature of the picture has a buffer that balances it, that's just minimalist and white, which then allows it to actually, in the room, not affect other things in the room by being balanced by its own frame. Cheers, James. Absolutely. I'll check it after the live, which will be sooner than expected because we're on 7% and I'm about to run out of battery. So when the phone dies, I'll chuck it into the charger, go to the gym quickly, and then come on back for an evening session. Hopefully, we'll tick this one off and we'll get a chance to start on something new. And there's a very, very exciting genre piece we've got coming. So it's going to be pretty fun. Are the frames normally wood, or can you choose other materials? Yes, so Victoria, the frames actually are usually metal. I like metal, because especially on these hardboards, it adds rigidity to the actual shape of it. I also love the way metal looks on a wall. It's got a sense of, it's solid, it's, what do I like about metal? I love metal. I do like wood, but I get quite picky on wood, I get quite snobby. I like different kinds of wood, and if it's not going to be the right kind of wood, like I like New Zealand natives, I do like to go for a painted wood. And so usually if it is like a satin white frame, it'll be wood underneath. And that wood's usually pine, but it chops and changes. Anyway, this is our work here. I'm in love with it. This is a good one. This is the stage you want the work to get to when I talk about actually getting it to a place where you don't want to leave the studio. This one got to a place where also didn't want to put it back under the brush because it's at a place where it's right where it's captured everything we wanted to set out to capture. So it's quite special. Anyway, I'm putting it back to where it's going, just over here. That, along with the 2 horse painting, is heading off to the framer tomorrow. The 2 horse painting just got a quick little layer that's drying on it, and then it'll be good to go. And we'll go from there. What's your favourite native wood? Manuka. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Rimu. I like Rimu, bunch of reasons, but I like Rimu. Crocodile, bristle. I'm not quite sure what Patrick's saying, but thank you. I think Australians call it tea tree. Tea trees look good. I don't even know what to say. No words can express the feeling. It captures all the emotion. Thank you very much, James. I'm actually really excited for it to be here in person with you, because one of the special things about it, and I've had the experience in the studio here, but the ability to actually move around the room closer, further away from it, and actually just have it engage different spaces. It's a very fun piece. It's definitely a box of expression, and I love that about it. So that's very wholesome. I will, once it's framed so that the whole result's complete, I'll get the picture and I'll put some pictures on Instagram so everyone can actually see up close what some of the areas of detail are, what I mean when I say it looks a little bit primal, and what I mean by the white frame doing a balancing act with the primal raw paint. So that'll be quite fun. Thanks, David. Did Lucy ever get to see Spyro? So Spyro's not quite finished, but if we get down to toe line and we have some success, there's no guarantee of that, but if we have some success, then Spyro might come back out. So when I say have some success, we have to be able to go into the Hungarian Whistler and the 3 Kids on the Beach, and we have to be able to go into them and hit at least 90% of our strokes in the right place. If we miss a few, we'll come back for additional layers. But if we can nail that, then yeah, Spyro's gonna get ticked off. I can't wait. Know how old oil painters bugs human hearing? I didn't know that, but that's fun. All right, guys, we are now on 6%. So we're getting right down to the wire. I tell a lie. We weren't going to finish this one. I thought we were. I was wrong. It's a smaller painting than we usually work with. That's okay. It's a very fun painting. I need to bring some extra plates into the studio, guys. We're still working with other plates. A fresh plate's always a good idea. It's nice to see a nice white plate when you start a canvas. If you're just joining, welcome. I'm not going to be here much longer, but you're always welcome to go into my bio, where you'll find links to all the fun stuff. I like the primal look, almost like a cave painting. Pity that's exactly what we're after. So, in today's society, in today, in 2023, with AIs making artwork, with things, being able to tell a computer to generate you any picture that you want to see, it's fun to find something primal and raw that a human can make, that we can actually enjoy as an expression of emotion or creativity. And that's why I love paint. I love tubes of colour that you can apply to an easel, that you can then apply to a tubes of colour that you can put on a plate, and then apply to a canvas. The whole thing, it's bizarre to get these colours, these tubes, this weird liquid, and apply it to a canvas in a way that you're just making something on a 2D surface. And then it's like a little box in the corner of a room. And so in 2023, you can actually have this human expression in your space in this modern world. Kind of fun. kind of fun. Anyway, I'm hoping that JMS, I'm hoping that Ricky Flitz, that Holly, that these people that will be making artwork for over the last few months that's just shipped out, that they get this artwork in their space and they get to experience a similar thing that I'm talking about, because I try not to underestimate the importance of it. When you're in a studio that's full of art the whole time, you get so used to this raw primal expression, and then you go into a white room and you wonder what's missing. And sometimes it is just that boxed in raw primal thing. This lost my trail of thought, but I think I made the point. I repeated it like 6 times. Surely I got there. But that's how I feel about it. And so that's why I'm really big when we talk about art, that when you actually apply paint to the canvas, that you enjoy every bit of paint you apply to the canvas. Because when you are creating something like human expression on a 2D surface, I think we can sort of tell, we can sort of look at it and tell that actually this person enjoyed it when they made it, or they didn't. And so it's really important that when you see a painting, it doesn't look like the artist was exasperated or short of energy or tired during the process, but that every moment of the process was something the artist wanted to be a part of. And if you feel that in it, then that little primal demonstration of expression on a 2D surface is going to be invigorating the space it goes into. And that's what we want to do here. Thanks, Tim. Appreciate you. Sort of like you said, primal, like a primal. Yeah, pretty much, Petty. Pretty much, because it is, very much so. I think there's something innately in us that wants to sing, there's something innately in us that wants to dance, and there's something innately in us that wants to craft. And probably one of the most raw expressions of craftsmanship is working on a 2D surface with colour. Kind of fun. Chris from Germany. 6 a.m. over here, but I told you I'd visit you live. Oh, thank you very much, CM. I appreciate you. And the green looks great to you. The odor tones bring a complexion. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, green on green, my bad. Yeah, fair enough. Brenton Twatties. I've never heard, but sounds like a great dude. There we go. Right, we're going to keep building out these colours. We've moved on from the baby blues, and now I'm attacking it with some deep magentas. Now it's not pure, I've added a little bit of water to it because I want it to run nicely. One thing that comes with creating vibrant, expressive colour, so I try not to dry brush. I try and apply all the brush strokes wet. And so that way, when I add these gloss mediums over the top, the whole thing looks like it's still in the stage of drying, which I find fun. Christian, welcome, welcome. 1D human emotion. Turn it into an image. Yeah. Is 1D a thing? If it is, I'd love to capture it. But yes, you're on the right wavelength, Pity. Chile, welcome Chris from Chile. I love chili. Love pisco. Great drink. Right. Cool thing about this painting, guys, is we can see, just begin to see where it's going to end up, which is really fun. I'm liking where it's going. Yeah. One thing I love about Chile, and a lot of, most of the world, is people who say J-A, 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 to say laughing, because in Chile, J-A is pronounced ha, and so it's ha 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 ha. I love that. It's funny. Because I can hear, smell, and see better when I'm in the forest. You probably can. I can't. The reason I can't is I get chronic hay fever. So I can literally do all those things worse. Oops, sorry guys. I've spun you around there a little bit. There you go. There you go. Now let's have a look here. Just keep fleshing this out. Alright, and this goes in here. Perfect. So you keep building out these colours. Let these reds become abundant across this image. There's so much reds to be captured, so much fun to be had with these reds. Going to add a little more white into it, and that's going to give us, from the darker magenta we had, we're adding a little bit of white to it, it's going to drop us into hot pink, and that's going to be fun. So hot pink is going to start dabbling across this canvas, and that's going to get these grungier colours that we've been adding. It's going to make them chill out a little bit. So we don't want these colours to be too intense. This is a fun image, it's a vibrant image. Although he's running and he's applying effort, the actual outcome of it is excitement and enjoyment. He's on the move, he's winning, he's got his hands above his head. So I'm not sure if he's close to the finish line, but he certainly thinks he is. Also guys, same story, connecting more, everything you want is in the bio. It's one little link and it'll take you everywhere you need to go. So that's pretty fun. There we go. Now a little bit more over here, I reckon. Ooh, that's a good stroke. That was a good stroke, Tim. That was not. That's what I talk about. When we talk about landing 90% good strokes, I was just bragging about doing a good one over here, did a bad one over here. But the best way to improve on a bad stroke is not by constantly going over it, trying to cover it up, is to dilute it with 19 more good strokes. So, there's where we're at. Now, quick battery check. We're on 4%. So, we haven't got much longer here, guys, but that's okay. I'll miss you. Hopefully you'll miss me. Paul, welcome back. Good to have you here. There we go. Whoop. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Coming up over the top here. This is what we're after. Right over the top. Perfect. Couple of streaks there. And a little bit over here, guys. It's looking good. Just like that. All over. Perfect, guys. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Missed a few things there. You'll be a Kiwi before you know it. Yeah. See, I'm fairly sure for the amount of time that Victoria's been here, I think she's actually picked up a partial Kiwi accent. If she hasn't, I'll be really surprised. I think Victoria comes off from these streams and like starts talking to people with a Kiwi accent. And like, hey, Victoria, you okay? Same thing happens with the Aussie accent too. I just can't turn it off. Yep. 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 There we go. Perfecto. I don't think I ever wanted someone. Oh, thank you very much, The Unholy. Appreciate you. Time check, 3% team. That's what you. Oh, gee, sorry. That's the problem. When I dart in and out of the comments, I end up actually saying things like that when I'm like, I'm pretty sure I do that at parties too, guys. I like pick up on the conversation at the wrong time, and it's already been discussed, and I just catch up, and then I say the comment, and everyone gets blank stares. I'm like, I thought that was appropriate. And they're like, it was, but it's already, we've literally cut this whole conversation. Nice Texas accent. Look, I love a Texas accent, so hopefully the Kiwi rubbing off on you is only lasting a temporary period of time, then you go back to your Texas accent, so you get the best of both worlds. Be an encourager of that. Time check, team. We've got some lovely people here, but we've only got a couple more minutes. So we're doing well here though. These hot pinks and these magentas are really making the work pop. I will be back later tonight, but in the interim, if you do want to connect more, like I say, everything's in the bio. You can find everything you want. And I will be back later on. So the plan is, I'm gonna pop back, chuck my phone on charger, go to the gym, come on back, hopefully finish this painting off. And if we finish this one off, then we can start some fun ones. Because I've got other paintings to work on, but they're down in Tauranga. I'm heading down there tomorrow morning, so we'll be smashing those out tomorrow night. But tonight could be quite fun. We'll see. Hello guys, just checking in from San Francisco. Welcome. Good to have you here. Good to have you here. I'm just going to pop around this a little bit. I'm going to combine the hot pink I had with a bit of tan and a little bit of black, and that's going to give me quite a jeepers. What's that? You know when you get your chocolate sauce, you combine it with ice cream and mix it in too much, it makes it a sludgy, sort of pinkishy, brownish colour. I'm not sure what we've got here. Anyway, we've got a colour and we're going to apply it. Checking in from South Africa, Eugene, welcome. Good to have you here. We're in South Africa, Cape Town, Johannesburg. Regardless, pleasure to have you. It's great seeing you too, Paul. Details coming back from yesterday's live was amazing. Thanks, Cindy. Appreciate you. If you guys do, so say with the lives, there'll be another one later on tonight. But if you do want to connect more, everything's in the bio, and you can get yourself sorted from there. There we go. A little bit there. A little bit there. A little bit there. Making some good ground here, team. Again, like I said, we don't want to over focus on Robert. We need to put our focus over the entire canvas. Build it up equally. See where that takes us. Time check, 2% team. You can see the runner more clearly. Oh, thanks, Pink Prosecutor. You're an absolute champion. Yeah, he's coming along nicely. But like I say, we don't want to get full clarity. We want to have just enough clarity that you can see him. About 50%. And then, with the let's go in there. With the other 50%, that wants to be wild paint. So you can't have one and the other. So there's this battle between the two of them at the same time. So wild, raw, primal paint doing its thing, and a realistic picture of Robert trying to run down the tarmac, married in the middle. That's the line we want to fire. I have to go to reset my brain to Kiwi mode. See you soon. Hey, Victoria, you're actually well timed because my phone has just flicked over to 1%. So we're about to die, but it's been fantastic. Yes, Gary, thanks for pulling me up on that. I'm very sorry. I apologized earlier. I need to shave. So thank you so much, Victoria. I appreciate you helping out. Thank you so much for jumping in tea. I'm sorry, Ryan. I'll be back later on. But maybe you should start pouring artwork, Hannah, somehow. Yeah, we could do that, Script B. For now, though, I'll give you as much advice as I can cram in to a session. Anyway, guys, wherever you are in the world, have a great day or a great night. And I will be back later on with a bit of luck to finish off this one and to start some fresh stuff up here in Auckland. And those two pictures heading off to the framer tomorrow as well. If you want to connect more, everything's in the bio via one little funky little link. JMS, we will talk soon. All the best, guys. It's always a pleasure. Bye.